This is Community Unity Now, the D Tycoon Show. My co-host, Bill Morton, has to be with family today, and I am Trudy Leong, administrator of the Rogers Park Chamber of Commerce. Our very special guest today is Michael Harman. He is with Symbol Training Institute. Welcome, Michael.
Thank you, Trudy. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. Thank you. There's so much information to share. First of all, who does Symbol train, and what kind of training?
Symbol Training Institute is a post-secondary vocational school. We focus primarily on computerized numerical control machining, so CNC machining, and industrial maintenance.
Mm-hmm. And then at what point of in one's life would they want to go into this kind of training?
So our students range from recent high school graduates to midlife career changers. Basically, we service and take care of anybody who wants to get into the high demand, high paying fields of manufacturing and industrial maintenance.
By manufacturing and industrial, what do you mean?
Okay, so advanced manufacturing, specifically CNC machining. So as a CNC machine operator, you can make anything from the turbine that goes into a 737 jet down to a tiny little piece that goes into an artificial heart. So there are a myriad of different industries that you can work in. But really what it is somebody who has a passion to work with their hands and to build things.
What kind of background would a student need to have had in order to qualify for such a training program?
That's a great question. What works best, I feel, is somebody who has a knack for working with their hands and kind of likes math a little bit.
Is there a lot of elbow grease that goes into the work, or is it more of an understanding of the machinery?
Well, you think manufacturing and you would think, wow, it's a dirty job. That's not the case anymore. Machine shops and manufacturing facilities are quite clean. There's a lot of computer programming involved. You have to really be into playing with computers and pushing buttons. But really, it's a creative position, and it allows folks to use their creativity and a passion for building.
So, for instance, I'll put myself into a potential trainee's shoes. I know how to type on a computer, do a Google search, do a social media post, and fill out an application. So, how much more would I need in computer skills in order to be able to qualify for your training?
Actually, none.
Really?
We will teach you from the ground up. Our course is 4 months long, so it's 16 weeks in length. So we take you from the very beginning. And you're not going to be a complete expert when you walk out, but you're going to be able to walk into a manufacturing environment and do quite well.
And what point of the course would you say is the most difficult?
Wow. I think every single one of our students would say the first day.
And why is that?
It's a brand new situation. I think that goes for just about any course that you take. The very first one is the toughest, and it just gets easier from there.
Well, when I was in college, the first day of our class, the professor usually goes over the syllabus, and then we introduce each other about that. And then, but what would the first day in your class involve? Do you start touching the machinery already, or walking through the computer?
The very first thing we do is have a very, very long and intense talk about safety. When we're in a manufacturing environment, there are things that can go wrong. So we want to make sure everybody is safe and everybody is healthy.
Okay, so safety not only in the field, also safety when during class as well.
Absolutely. We have not had an injury in almost 20 years, and we'd like to keep it that way.
Got it. Well, that is very important. And what about your students? Are they intimidated? Are they excited by the end of the day? What is the usual reaction?
They're all excited. There's some general excitement when they walk through the doors the first time and see the machines and get that feel for what they're going to be able to do for hopefully 20, 30 years of their lives, maybe more. But once they really get into the curriculum, and our lead instructor Carmen is extremely good at what he does. They walk out that first day, they're really excited to get going.
So no matter how large the machine is or how small the machine is, the basic mechanics are there, and they learn that.
Absolutely.
When the students want to change their career and then come to you, usually why would they need additional training to train into a better field, maybe a better paying field? What is a typical a student that tries to train for a new career like?
Saying typical that's tough because
Okay.
everybody's different. We have students from all walks of life, and we have individuals who maybe just went to college for a little bit, couldn't quite figure it out, have kind of drifted for a bit, and then they're like, hey, I really want to get into manufacturing. I hear it's an exciting career. I hear that I can make a really good living, and the benefits are phenomenal. It'll be great for my family. We get those folks. We get kids right out of high school that they've known from the time they were 5 years old that they like to do things with their hands. And boy, they saw a video with a CNC machine working, and they said, I definitely want to do that. That's neat. And that we get some older individuals that maybe just weren't satisfied in their career. They're getting close to retirement, but they're not ready to retire yet, and they want to do something different and interesting. So it varies, and every one of our students is unique and different, and we cherish every single one of them. To be honest with you.
What is the difference between an assembly line and manufacturing?
Well, an assembly line is actually part of the manufacturing process.
Okay.
What we teach is for our CNC students is how to read a blueprint, a schematic, how to program the controller, how to set their tools, how to clean their machines, how to make sure their workspace is safe and tidy, and how to make that particular part that they've been tasked with making. Again, be it for a Boeing airplane. Sorry, I probably shouldn't have said Boeing.
That's okay.
Or a heart valve, or anything in the environment, from washing machines to automobiles to conveyor belts. As a matter of fact, if you look at the grand scheme of things, our CNC program or our industrial maintenance program, you can find either one of those people, what they've done or what they're currently doing at an Amazon facility.
What about hospital machinery, such as X-ray machines and all that? Would those machines be considered part of the machinery that your students will understand as well?
I wouldn't say that they would understand the machinery, but they'll understand how to make the parts that make up those machines.
Okay. So for repairing that, it's another expert that would go into that, but they do understand the parts.
That's a little bit more advanced, but yes.
But since they do have your training, then they have the advantage if they want to go into repairing or maintaining hospital machinery. Your training helps them take that next step.
Absolutely. We give them the opportunity to grow in their careers. So, once you get in the door, once you begin your career, it's up to the individual to decide where they're going to go with that. They may enjoy what they're doing at the position that we get them when they leave school. They may decide that they want to continue their education and move on to other things. So, what we do is give individuals the opportunity to begin a career.
We work with a lot of people with disabilities, and they really, really want to have comparable opportunities as people without disabilities. How would, if a person with a disability wanted to enter this field, are they able to?
I would say, that's a definite possibility. We want to provide every opportunity to every individual that wants it.
Have you had any students that were a person with a disability?
We have. We've had several neurodivergent students that have done quite well, and they have moved into manufacturing careers and are thriving.
Okay, great. What about migrants and refugees? Once, if they get their papers, because a lot of them tell us that back in their own country, they were actually very, they were professionals, and but once they fled to this country, fled to the U.S., then they're stuck with maybe doing delivery or restaurant work, and they really, really want to get back into the professional life. How are you able to help them?
We work with several refugee groups currently, and I'm proud to say that we've had. I don't have a specific number on it, but in the dozens at the least over the last year that have completed our programs and are gainfully employed and moving forward in their careers. And I have to say that a lot of the students that we've gotten through the refugee groups and the refugee programs are absolutely phenomenal students. Some of them were engineers in their home countries that they've read, and they're absolutely brilliant. And it gives them the opportunity to get into a comparable career path.
How so you help them with the job search too after they as they are a student or after they graduate? How does it work?
That's all part of our process. So we have a lot of students that actually obtain employment while they're going through training. Our class schedules are flexible. We have morning and evening classes, so that allows for our students to actually start working while they're in class. But we also help them with resume writing, with interview prep. And we have a vast network of employers that we work with that we're able to get our students in front of for employment opportunities. So the reality is that there are more job opportunities out there than there are qualified individuals. So we're excited to get as many folks into high-paying, high-demand careers as we can.
Do you do anything with financial planning, financial literacy with the students? Because if they make money, they hopefully they'll be able to spend it wisely and then not be face a catastrophe.
Sure.
Do you do anything in that sense as well?
Sure, we have partner organizations that help with that.
Okay, awesome. And what about the different ethnic mutual aid organizations with from different countries? Do they work with you in sending students over?
Yes, they do.
And what about CPS? Because CPS used to have trade schools, but now they don't. Do they are they able to work with you to send those students that really want to go into a trade to train with you?
We'll happily take CPS students. The only requirements for a full-time student at this time, just because of funding, is that they be 17 years of age or older. That said, and I can't get really too deep into the details, but we are working on summer and after-school programs for students who are still in high school to be able to attend and learn at least some basic manufacturing skills prior to exiting CPS. We actually work with one suburban school district currently where they send a cohort of students to us each semester to learn basic manufacturing skills.
What about gender? What is the approximate breakdown between male students and female students? Are there a lot of female students interested in manufacturing?
Increasingly, yes, there are. It's an industry that has been overlooked for females, and we've I'd like to say on the forefront for years with promoting women in manufacturing. Diana Peters, our executive director, has been very involved with women in manufacturing and promoting that initiative.
So if a student wanted to study, go into the manufacturing trade, what background do they need to have? Do they need to be good at STEM?
I think really what it comes down to is they want to have, they need to have the desire to work with their hands. You know, especially with manufacturing, they got to want to build things. You know, it's good to have basic math. I know we can rely on calculators, but sometimes you want to do a little math in your head. It helps. But you know, really, the industry is open to anybody who has the desire to learn and the desire to grow.
When people change their trade, it how long does it take? Is it like 4 months, and then they're able to start working in another industry? And usually, what happens? Why would they want to change their trade? But, just in case there are some of our viewers out there that are in a similar situation.
Sure, I think every one of us wants to have a better life for our family, right? And you know, we're open to anybody who's looking to get into the manufacturing industry, the manufacturing field. Now, why they would make a change, that's a personal reason for them. And you know, some do it because they want to make more money. Some do it because they're just unhappy with their station in life and want to change it. Some folks have always wanted to work with their hands and decide, hey, this is what I want to do. So we're here to support them through the process. And to answer your question as far as how long, that's up to the individual. As I mentioned, we have some students who, you know, are maybe 2 to 3 weeks in and are able to secure a job and continue the training, get their certifications, and are promoted from there. We have other individuals that don't feel comfortable doing so and decide to go the entire 16 weeks. Again, that's something that's you know, that's a decision that's made by the individual. But just to be clear, we will support them no matter what decision they make.
What if there is somebody out there that, many people out there that are not exactly clear about what they want to do, but it sounds very interesting, and they you know, a lot of people are very handy at home, and they figure, oh, I could repair this and that at home. I could do plumbing and all that. Maybe I could do manufacturing too and make a better living for my family. Would they be able to come to you and consult with you about the possibilities?
I would encourage that, actually. You know, if there's somebody out there who's, you know, maybe not quite happy in the career that they've chosen, or really wanted to get into the trades and just didn't see an opportunity to do so, you know, call us, visit our website, come in for a tour. You can sit in on the class and observe, and you know, see if it's something that you'd want to do. Really, we're here to help. And that's what we're here for. Our slogan, our logo, is changing lives through technical education. And that's what we want to do. We want to change lives for the better.
What about the different trades? You're talking about manufacturing. Let's give our viewers an idea about the different types of manufacturing that the training would help them prepare for.
We'll prepare our students for careers in machine operation, obviously with the CNC, also in machine setup, quality and inspection assurance. But through our industrial maintenance program, we can prepare them for careers as building engineers, various other maintenance positions. You work at the airport. I mean, obviously, if you go to O'Hare and you wonder why your bag's not to you, it's probably because they didn't have a guy to fix a conveyor. Well, that's what we teach. We'll teach you how to fix the conveyor system at the airport. You know, you're concerned about getting your packages by before Christmas that you ordered. We'll make sure that the conveyors at the Amazon warehouse are working so those packages get to the truck. So that's what we're going to teach our folks. As far as other trades go, you know, they're wonderful careers. Whether you choose to be a plumber, an electrician, a carpenter, a bricklayer, a tuck pointer, a pipe fitter, they're all phenomenal careers. And you know, even if you don't choose to go into manufacturing, which we would love for you to come to us, you know, for manufacturing training, I encourage folks to explore the trades. It's an overlooked career path, and you know, we've been told for decades now that the only way to have a happy, healthy, lucrative life is to go to a 4-year college and become a lawyer or a doctor or a businessman. Well, I'm here to tell you that, as a union carpenter makes a heck of a good living and provides for their family, and it's rewarding. So, whatever trade you decide to pursue, please come see us, and I'll talk to you and give you the 411 on what you can do with your life.
Well, those couple of trades that you mentioned, such as being a plumber or being a carpenter, if they also knew about manufacturing, that would they could combine the two and go to the next level, such as, for instance, the Greater Chicago Metropolitan Water Reclamation District. So that's basically plumbing and manufacturing combined.
I would assume so. I think the most overlooked trade over the last probably 20 to 25 years has been manufacturing, we're here to provide people the opportunity to learn how to operate the machinery, how to be productive, and give them the opportunity to have a highly rewarding life. When the students graduate, do they ever come back to you and say, "Oh, thank you"? Do they come back? So much so that we actually have two of our graduates who are adjunct professors. They come in and teach. So we have one full-time CNC instructor and one full-time industrial maintenance instructor. So the rest of our instructors are actually adjunct. They are working on factory floors. They are machine operators themselves, and impart the knowledge that they've learned over their 300 plus years of combined experience to our students. So it's a unique situation. There aren't too many opportunities in the Chicagoland area to learn how to become a machine operator, and we're very proud to be one of the only that are able to provide that.
Well, you mentioned that a lot of people are. You said that the machinery trade is kind of neglected.
Absolutely.
And then why is that so? Maybe if folks could understand that better, then they could see that they could try it. It's not that big of a deal. If they want to try it, they could.
Oh, I mean, I encourage them to come down and take a look. I can't point to a single reason why manufacturing has been overlooked over the years, but I think we have talked so much about reinforcing the fact that, or what we thought was a fact, that our children had to go to 4-year colleges to be able to have a better life. That's just not the case. That the trades and specifically advanced manufacturing provides a tremendous opportunity for stability. Income stability, obviously, is a wonderful pay, wonderful benefits, and job security is extremely important, and that's what advanced manufacturing gives you.
And it applies to so many different fields. For instance, food supply, the food operation, the supply, the whole supply chain. That even if people wanted to, are in that field, there's still a lot of machinery that goes into that. For instance, the warehousing and all that. There's lots of machinery that goes into it. So what they're learning at the STI still applies to a career in those fields as well, right?
Absolutely. Well, I mean, just looking around the studio here, I think pretty much every single piece of equipment inside this room was touched by a CNC machine in some way, shape, or form. From this table to the camera to the chairs.
And what about when they say, like those furniture manufacturers, they say it's all done by hand, this and that, it's handmade. Is it possible right now, or is it usually there's some kind of machinery that went into making that part so that they could put it together?
There's still a hand operating the machine.
And what about the nails, right? Somebody had to make those nails.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, so for if students want to, if our public, our viewers want to learn more about Simple Training Institute, where should they go, and what are the opportunities?
Well, the opportunities are a career in advanced manufacturing or industrial maintenance. That's what we will do for you. If you're interested in learning more, you can call us at area code 847-673-6500. Or you can visit us on the web at symboltraininginstitute.edu.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Michael Harman of Symbol Training Institute, for joining us on Community Unity Now today. I am Trudy Leong, Administrator of the Rogers Park Chamber of Commerce, and Bill Morton, President of the Rogers Park Chamber of Commerce, will be back again next week. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great week.